Today, on October 10th, a boy of 4 to 5 years old was walking down the street. Everyone looked at him with contempt. And all because he is a disgrace to the Hokage. Ask why? And I'll explain it to you. One day the family went to see Tsunade to check if everything was all right with the children. And it turned out that Naruto has no chakra. My parents did not believe at first, but after 2 years they forgot about the shame, as if it did not exist. All the attention went to the sister and brother. In this case, Kushina's parents would have been watching him, but they were being pulled by Menma and Naruto all the time. The sister and brother loved the elder and tried to draw their parents' attention to him, but to no avail. Modern Naruto seemed to have become a stranger to parents, grandparents. You can say he became nobody, okay, only there would be problems with his family, but hooligans and Tora Uchiha with his gang were always digging up to him on the street. In his gang there were only the children of the clan heads, Kiba Inuzuka, Niji Hyuga, he is from the main branch, and 2 rappers, Sakura Haruno and Ino Yamanaka. Sometimes drunk chunins or hunins could beat, but at least not to death. In general, life is not sugar and not honey and all the guy is unlucky. Naruto was very often engaged in physical work on the body. He trained and tried to feel the center of the chakra, but to no avail. But go back to the beginning. After going to an abandoned landfill, Uzumaki picked up kunai and shurikens and started throwing them. The clarity of the throw is very good. 9/10 and 10/10 for a guy of his age is great. Naruto continued training and went home in the evening. After running home at maximum speed, so that he would not be beaten, he saw the light burning in the windows of his house. Noise was heard. After all, the Hokage children have a birthday. After going into the house, Naruto saw the Uchi family. Of these, he was in a normal relationship, only with Itachi, Sasuke and Shisui. Then there was the family of Hyuga, Haruno, Yamanaka, Akamichi, Sarutobi, Senju, Nara and Inuzuka. There were also his father's students, Rin, Obito, Kakashi. Shifting his gaze, Uzumaki saw his godparents, Jiraiya, Orochimaru and Tsunade. The guy from the hallway was watching how everyone was having fun. But I was about to leave, when suddenly, "Hey, you jerk. I am the future head of the clan, kiss my feet." Thora shouted. The adults laughed. "The future head of the clan, you can see right away," said Fugaku. "Yes, just a commander." Minato supported. Naruto silently went into the room. For 3 years, he had suffered so much that he had no strength. After going into a broken, dirty room with no light, with a broken bed and a desk, he just fell to the floor. He didn't have the strength to endure it. It's the same thing every day, every year. Gathering his courage, Naruto got up and walked to the door. Closing it, he began to collect far away from this place. Naruto just wanted to never come back here. Having equipped himself, Uzumaki wanted to jump out of the window, but changed his mind and went down the tree next to the house. Naruto wanted to leave the village, and remembering about the passage that Sasuke showed him, he went through it and ran as fast as he could. In the Hokage's house, Naruto, Menma, Kakashi, and Orochimaru noticed the strange behavior of the guy and followed him. When they got to the door, they knocked, but there was no answer. After trying to pull the handle, nothing happened. At first they thought that Naruto had fallen asleep, but after his sister's scream, no one opened. So 5 minutes passed. The guys decided to break down the door. Having broken through it, they did not find anyone, but they saw an open window. Menma and Naruto were looking for him around the room, because they thought he could hide. But in the end they ran to their parents. "Mom, Dad, Naruto is gone," the children shouted. "Minato-sensei / Minato, they're telling the truth. He's nowhere to be found. I mean, maybe nowhere, he's wandering around the village somewhere, Namikaze replied. I don't think he would have gone out at such a late hour for fear of death. Something is always happening because of him. Children sit here. Kushina. But, no buts. Kushina said. Minato raised the umbu so that they would find the guy. Meanwhile Naruto was tired and sat down, but when he heard the noise in Konoha, he ran as fast as he could. He didn't care if he died or not, as long as he didn't go back. Konoha. The search began, all the umbu were looking for the guy, they started combing the neighborhood. Uzumaki's. Naruto hoped to find Piscara, but remembering how the Chunins found him in the village, and then umbu, Hokage and Sannin, he decided to run on. He didn't run for long. After 5 minutes, he came to the cliff. Hokage house. The children were sitting still. And where could he have gone? Menma thought. Don't you care? Tora asked, but received a slap on the head from his sister. A minute of silence. Let's go get him. Sasuke said. Yeah, do you know where he went? Naruto asked. No. I guess. Menma, Naruto and Sasuke ran away from home. Running to the place from where Naruto fell, they ran in his footsteps. The children did not know that the umbu were following them. They ran for 10 minutes. Uzumaki's. Naruto was standing in front of the cliff. Hearing the rustle of leaves, he saw his friends. Brother/Naruto, what are you doing? The children shouted. Then umbu appeared behind the children. Naruto, by order of the hawk, the guy didn't let Bushnik finish. No. Everyone was looking at Uzumaki. He took another step back and jumped off the cliff. This is the place where Shisui committed suicide. After flying for a few seconds, he fell into the water. Everyone was shocked by this. Sasuke has awakened a 3 Tomoe Sharingan, Shisui and Itachi Manjiko. The others just stood there. After falling into a cliff for 2 days, Naruto's body floated with the flow. At some point, a man in a kombinezon approached him. He picked up the boy and carried him to the cave. Entering the base, he carried the guy into the room. After 3 hours, Uzumaki woke up. He didn't know where he was right now. The place didn't look like a hospital, or his room, or anything. The guy in the bathroom was aching all over. After walking through an empty corridor, he got into a large room. There was a man there. He was doing something with test tubes. Who are you? Naruto asked. Oh, you're awake. How are you feeling? The man spoke very calmly. Namali. So who are you? The guy answered. Not you, but you. We are about consciousness. Naruto. Uzumaki, tell me, boy, why were you floating unconscious on the river? Naruto told everything from birth to what happened. Interesting, very interesting. Naruto, don't you want to become stronger? I want to, but I can't awaken the center of the chakra. It's not necessary. You will become very strong. Yes, alright, go to your room, we'll be right there. Naruto reached the room. A minute later, the scientists came up. Don't be afraid, it doesn't hurt. Consciousness took out a syringe and injected him with Uzumaki, after which he passed out. Konoha. Now there was some kind of celebration in Konoha. The shame of the Hokage is dead. Fugaku was coached by Sasuke, Itachi and Shisui. The older ones with their Mangekyo, and the younger one with Sharingan. Namikaze trained to use Fuin techniques. The rest just moved on. No one knew that the guy had survived. Cave. The subject lay for 3 days. Then he got out of bed. Naruto somehow stood on his feet. His body ached, and especially his head hurt. Going out into the corridor, he was met by consciousness. How are you feeling? Very bad. Everything hurts, try this. Scientist stretched out their hand with a pill. Drink it and everything will go away at once. Naruto reluctantly took the pill, and gradually the pain faded. After 5 minutes. Thank you. I feel much better. The guy. You will start training tomorrow. The so-called stalkers will help you, understand? Yes, you can go outside perfectly. Running out of the cave, Uzumaki saw a river and a forest. Naruto approached the tree, he wanted to climb on it. Uzumaki saw Umbu jump in there. Trying to repeat, Naruto jumped much higher than the tree. The height from the ground was colossal. 20 to 30 meters. The guy was scared to death, but he landed exactly on a tree. What the H was that? Uzumaki thought. Calming down, Naruto tried to strain his legs for a moment. Jump. The height is 15 to 20 meters. The ward began to dabble with this ability. So evening came. The tired child went to bed. Morning, good morning. Naruto, go to breakfast. Said O consciousness. Hi. After washing and eating, Naruto went to the training ground. Naruto, these are your teachers, they will teach you to hold a weapon, and we will help you with this later, the scientists replied. A minute of silence. And so, I'm a Stalker, a guy in a closed combination introduced himself. Scar, an adult in a brown raincoat introduced himself. Volkodav, said the man in the blue combination. Naruto Uzumaki, great. Let's start with the basics, here. The shooter threw the guy a gun. What is it? Big Ben pistol. Said the wolfhound. What? After the explanation. Got it? Scar asked, yes. Okay, continue the lesson, and we need to talk. After the stalker left. Naruto was very good at hitting targets. Out of 8 shots, he hit 7. Great, let's continue our classes. Time skip 1 year. Time passed and today Naruto is 6 years old. The day passed at the usual pace. First there were trainings, then training in shooting from a submachine gun, pistol, Drabovic and sniper rifle. He was best at shooting with a rifle. With one shot, he could break through 3 to 5 meshings. But after that there was a knife fight. Uzumaki was easier than stalkers. He could jump up to the sky, accidentally use non-visibility and everything like that. But now classes are over. And so, Naruto, this is for you from me, the shooter held out a gift box. So did everyone except O consciousness. And this is our gift. Naruto was handed a strange automatic rifle. And what is it? Uzumaki was in a daze. Improved Gauss gun. A very powerful thing, can shoot, both in a queue and single. And also tomorrow you will start learning your features. Hi. Then Naruto opened one of the boxes. There were a lot of grenades of 2 types, explosive and fragmentation. The second box contained a katana. In the third, glowing objects. What is it? Artifacts, they give improvements to the body, said Volkodav, I see. And what are they called? Naruto poked at the things in the box. The one that looks like a spring is a battery. That round one is the dragon's eye, it looks like a round translucent oval amber stone with a black stripe in the middle, resembling an eye with a vertical pupil, for which it got its name. And these are mom's beads. I see, and now it's time to celebrate. Time skip 1 day. Polygon 8.00. Naruto trained with a new rifle. Naruto, you have to come with us, said the scientists. Okay. Passing through the corridors, Naruto did not see a single stalker. Going into the right room, the guy saw a huge flask with some kind of liquid. Naruto, go to the central flask. Uzumaki went into this test tube. Then the O consciousness started pushing buttons. Naruto was knocked out. After 5 hours, Naruto woke up on the floor. The flask was open, neither scientists nor teachers were at the base. Getting to his feet, he felt a headache. The guy knew a lot more about both anomalies and artifacts. He knew anatomy, mathematics, the history of 2 worlds and geography. Naruto learned about terrible creatures, bloodsuckers, controllers, betrayers and many others. Going into the hall, he saw a letter. Letter. Naruto, we hope that you will become a worthy receiver of our knowledge. There are good costumes and artifacts in the warehouse, Shooter, Scar, Wolfhound, O Consciousness. It was painful for Naruto to get lost with the teachers, even though they have known each other for only a year. Uzumaki gathered his strength and went to the warehouse. When the guy came in, he saw several costumes. Each costume had a signature with a name. Abnormal jacket, with wounds, bleeding passes faster. Endurance improves. Reinforced jumpsuit, there is a PNV, night vision device, of the first generation. Reduces damage from melee weapons, monster attacks, and psi effects. Exoskeleton PNB, for UZ, PNV of the second generation, improved indicators from anomalies. Next to this wardrobe was a small pile of papers. Looking at the documents, Naruto saw the names. Anomalies is about how to manage these features. Artifacts, how to find them and how to use them. Weapons, cartridges and grenades, manufacture and types. After going further, Uzumaki found ammunition for grenades of different types and types. After 10 minutes, Naruto decided to go on a trip. After one night, Naruto did not sleep all night, he studied the documents. In the morning it was all over. Uzumaki fell asleep at the table. After sleeping like this for one day, Naruto packed his things: armor, abnormal jacket, gas mask, weapons, Gauss cannon, Big Ben, 10 conventional grenades, 10 fragmentation grenades, katana, knife, binoculars, things, 150 batteries, 159 by 39 mm cartridge, 5 pieces of bread, 3 sausages, several canned goods, a couple of bottles of vodka, matches, a huge number of bolts, a spherod detector, a PDA, 15 first aid kits, 10 scientific, 5 army in bandages. The guy looked a few years older than his age. After Naruto left the base and went to look for any things. Walking through the forest, Uzumaki wrote down the coordinates of the Baiza and drove the map into the PDA. After passing another tree, the guy heard laughter. Running up there, Naruto saw how Umbu Kanohi was about to die from 5 missed swordsmen. Naruto did not hesitate to take out a gun. Shot twice will fall alive. They've got their brains knocked out, literally. A shot, another and another. A swordsman and lie on the ground crying blood. Approaching the Umbu, who looked with shock at the man who killed 5 swordsmen in a couple of seconds, Naruto took out an aptechka and bandages. Removing the mask from the first Anbu-schnitza, it turned out to be Itachi. The guy began to treat the wounds. In a minute everything was ready. After doing the same with others, he found out that he had saved Shursui and Obito and 2 unknown Umbu. Sit down a little, it will take time. In your village, you will get quick help, said Uzumaki. Who are you? Obito shouted. You don't have enough chakra, and your comrades may get hurt, so wake up, Obito, calm down. I know the 3 of you, so be calm, and I'm not going to harm you. The silence continued for another 5 minutes. Itachi, what? Can you walk? Well, VRO. Trying to get up, Uchiha almost fell. Naruto picked her up. It was the same with the others. so what should I do with you? The stalker asked the question. You can help to get to the village through the clearinghouse. Shursui didn't have time to finish. I don't have a chakra, but how? I killed them with a cannon, showing that Gauss cannon, Uzumaki said. Oh. Well, then I don't know, what if? Naruto moved away and began to form a large ball. After 10 minutes it was over. And so, now you have to go to Kanahu, but to, just go through the portal. Umbu silently entered the teleport. A second later they were standing in the Hokage's office. Naruto hoped that he had succeeded in sending the Uchiha to the village. Turning to the dead bodies, Uzumaki took the swords and their remnants from them. Swords, Uzumaki went to put as a trophy, and bodies for sale. After 1 hour Naruto found a place where you can hand over the bodies. After receiving money for them, Perrin went to a local bar. Going in there, everyone looked at him with some surprise. The bar was full of Nukkninens as soon as the guy sat down at the bar. What will you have? The bartender asked. Tea. Laughter rang out. What kind of tea? You came to the bar. If there is no money, just say no. Nukkninen's shot was lying on the floor with his head pierced. The victim's friends wanted to intercede, but after 10 seconds 8 more bodies were lying on the floor. Once again you will refuse, you will be together with them, here is your tea. Uzumaki asked the bartender a question. Do you know who can fit the job? There is an idea. The head of the village needs to arrange one person, but no one wants to do it. How are you? I agree, well, go to the edge, the customer will meet you there. Lifted in a gas mask and drank tea. Naruto went to O'Crane. After 5 minutes, having come to the place, he was met by a man of 30 to 35 years old. I understand the bartender was talking about you. Yes, great, let's get down to business. We need to eliminate a rich man. I'll give him the coordinates. Who is this? Okay, I'll take it. Good. Here's your money. After Uzumaki went to the coordinates. After 3 hours Naruto went very far from the village, and when he reached the right place he saw a huge house with a fence and security. Well, let's see what happens, Uzumaki thought. After waiting for the night, Naruto began to act. A shot, and the entire security of the house is lying with a pierced head and completely covered in blood. Coming closer, the stalker threw a grenade. Explosion. The house is completely destroyed, the tenants are dead. Approaching the blockage, the guy saw only corpses. To prove that he killed the target, Uzumaki cut off his head. The next day coming to the village, Naruto received even more money for the death of the customer. Then I went to the base. Along the way, Uzumaki killed everyone who got in his way, but not forgetting to take the corpses of the Nukkninens to sell later. After entering the base, the guy who was killed in the trash went to bed. Morning, cave. Naruto woke up. I washed up, had breakfast and went to that village to buy Benoit's book and hand over the bodies. After doing everything in the village, Naruto went back. On the way he saw Umbu Kyumo, Willow and Kanohi. They were fighting. Naruto decided to help his ex-girlfriends. The battlefield. 30 Umbu fought with 5 Kanakovits. Suddenly, a small green thing flies out from behind a tree. Explosion. The fragments all killed many. The last survivors were lying on the ground. Naruto came out from behind the tree. Approaching the opponents of friends, the guy shot them through the heart. And again we met. What is not expected, you again? Obito shouted. Yes, aren't you happy? Okay, Naruto started making the portal again, come on in. After the disappearance, Naruto went to kill other Nukkninens. The guy returned to the base very late and left very early. He learned how to create anomalies, teleport, electro, carousel, and frying. After Naruto learned to do something like Chidori, but Garato is more powerful. The electo is directed into the hand and it can be fired with palmii or punched through anything. So a month passed, another, the third. Naruto was already on page 6 of Binogo's book. Many people knew about his power and not ordinary, but different. Also, Naruto found a couple of important things, such as a half-dead samurai, and not some kind, but an approximate Mifune, then the artifact, goldfish. Today Naruto was preparing to make his first experiment. Uzumaki wanted to do the same as O-Creation, then betray his knowledge. Placing the poor samurai and setting up the device, Naruto himself went into the flask. After 1 hour the process ended, Naruto fell to the floor. It's hard to digest so much knowledge at a time, but the guy was able to. Getting up, the stalker went to the bed to rest. Time skip 5 years. During this time, Naruto has learned anomalies ideally. I also collected a couple of artifacts, Medusa, hunk of meat, and others. But it was more important that Uzumaki found the monolith tear. Description: a green sphere with small white oblotchki, when using enemies tends to sleep. Also, the guy advanced through the pages in Binoy's book, page 2. It was ordered only for very important missions, killing, escorting or catching. Yes, no one, but the daimyo and Kage themselves. I also started wearing a reinforced jumpsuit. Plus, smoke bombs appeared. What happened in Kanomenma, Naruto, Sasuke and other children went to the academy and graduated from it. Tora became even more narcissistic. In general, Uzumaki came there a couple of times to look at their grandchildren and train them. Everyone forgot about Naruto, except his brother, sister and girlfriends. They were shot by teams of 7 Team Cannon, only instead of Naruto, Menma and Itachi. Team 10, Naruto, Hinata, Kiba, Sensei Obito and Shursui. Hokage's office, have you been summoned, Hokage-sama? Team 7 asked. Yes, Team 10 is in trouble, the customer has underestimated the rank of the mission. You're going there in 10 minutes. Hi. The team was packing up and getting ready to go, and now everyone is standing at the gate. Shall we go? Yes. Team 7 ran to Team 10. When they came running, they saw 2 Nuknins. After the team of Naruki explained what and how. After a short break, the teams moved on swimming, they did not suspect anything. Naruto yesterday the guy went to Kanoka. He was hired by his Nido father. Izumo and Kotetsu were warned. Uzumaki was walking down the street, everyone was running away, because one of the strongest Nukninins is coming. When he reached his father's office, the guy went there. There were 4 people in the room, Minato, Kushina, Fugaku and Mikoto. Yes GD. Kushina shouted, from behind. Everyone looked at the newcomer. And so? What is my goal? Save Teams 7 and 10, said Minato. How much? After the mission, we will agree, no, as long as your children are in danger and I will risk my life for them. Will you sit and do nothing? And then I'll come and Konoha doesn't owe you any money. We are negotiating now and half of the ovens. Uzumaki said. Okay. 15 milliliters, Rio, but the kids have to come back with you. Great, I'm in. As agreed, the guy received an ovens and disappeared into the portal. Fight with Zabuza. There was a fight going on at one point. Kakashi could have died, but here. Lawsuits. In front of the fence is a stalker. A kick in the chest and the swordsman is already in the tree. Naruto wanted to take a gun to finish off the swordsman, but the guy flew shin bones. Uzumaki created a bubble around himself and Kakashi. The gun simply did not reach. Naruto got tired of it and created a fireball. Discharge an umbu of fog falls. Then Uzumaki went to Zabuza. He walked slowly. The swordsman wanted to strike, but then there was a knife in his throat. "Oh, we meet again," Naruto said. "What? I was hired to protect them," Naruto said, pointing at Naruto, Menma, Toru and Sasuke. "Logical," said Obito. "So okay, I need to go behind the gate." "Why?" "He'll kill you," the builder shouted. "Me? Will he kill you?" "Aha, a man will kill a mercenary, don't joke like that." "How long have you been here?" Itachi asked. "Until you come back." Silence. "Well, got up, can we go?" "Okay." The company walked in silence. Having reached Tazuna's house and his daughter opened the door, "Comment on the mission." "Well, how?" "Dad, and this is a shinobi from Kano. What is he doing here?" the girl shouted when she saw Naruto. "Calm down. I have a task to protect these genins," the guy pointed to the team. "I see. Dinner is in 3 hours. And I'm going to be hit by a tsunami. And where can we settle down?" Obito asked. "We only have 2 free rooms, so, you don't count me," said Stalker, "but, no buts. I'm used to any conditions, so I can spend the night even on a tree." "I see," only distorted the tsunami. While everyone was being shown their rooms, Naruto went outside. "It made me crazy to go on this mission. Although they pay a lot, and Gato can be killed," the mercenary thought. In such thoughts Naruto stood for 10 minutes. Then the guy went into the forest. After 3 hours now it was dinner. Uzumaki came just in time. Everyone was already sitting down at the table. Naruto sat down at an empty chair. Then the guy took out a loaf of bread, sausage, some canned goods and a bottle of vodka. Everyone looked at him. "What? This is an ordinary dinner." "Is this dinner?" everyone shouted. "Yes, and why is there so little food? And what are these bottles?" Kakashi asked. "I'm on a mission, not in a restaurant, they can attack at any moment. And in bottles vodka, the same as sake, but, inserts, stronger. Can you at least?" Tsunami asked. "There is no age, but it is possible according to the previous one." "And how old are you?" Menma asked. "That's how much for you?" 11, that's the same age for me." "What? And what's wrong? Are you one of the professional killers, familiar with all the daimyo, and you are 11 years old?" Shursui shouted. "No, yes, and what's wrong? You don't have to, Shursui, if you apparently don't remember, I'm saving your life for the 3rd time. And even more so, I don't think your friend would like to see you like this." Shursui didn't say anything. "Believe me, I know a lot about you. The first is that after he fell, you got MSH, and then VMSH. The second is that Sasuke has a 3-wash Sharingan. The third is that the guy was not buried." Everyone was silent. "I see your desire to argue is gone. And now continue to eat." Naruto took off his gas mask and started eating. While he was eating, everyone was in shock. Stalker, one of the professional killers, took off his mask, so he also looks like Naruto. Yellow hair, black eyes, a fox mustache on his cheeks, and at the first meeting he said that he did not have a chakra, he was exactly the right age. "And Naruto?" Naruto asked. "You're probably confusing me with my brother. I'm a stalker, but you look like him, well, similar, well, there is no chakra, well, the same age. But there is one difference." "Wait, how do you know all this?" Tora, who had been silent before, asked. Uhu, my young friend, we saw him often, Naruto lied. It's understandable, how do you know about the sisters? Believe me, being a mercenary is not only killing, but also studying information, and why do you need this information? Sakura asked. There was an order for Itachi Uchiha, at me? Itachi asked in shock. Yes, the task was to kill you and tear out your eyes, but I didn't do it, why? Sasuke asked a question. Remembering Naruto, he often talked about you, Shisui, Itachi and Obito. He asked not to happen to protect them. Oh, why does he need me? Obito asked. But he never said. Naruto was lying, but there was some truth in his words. Everyone was silent. No one knew what to say. That's weird. Hinata said. What's wrong? Naruto confided secrets to you, no one knows how much you know about him. Doesn't that seem strange? Hinata continued. Maybe he didn't communicate well with us, but with his brother and sister, he supported the idea of Kiba. BL at #B, I don't like what they are leading to, if everyone finds out, it will be P at #C, Uzumaki thought. Everyone started talking. Well, could Naruto do this? After these words Uzumaki created a portal. Everyone was silent. I couldn't, everyone answered, that's it. Okay, I'm going to monitor the surrounding area. After collecting the bottles, Naruto left the house. Outside, he was wiping sweat from his forehead. Wearing a mask, the guy walked around the neighborhood. Got through. Naruto thought. Walking past the houses, he felt the surveillance. Itachi, come out, don't forget who I am. How do you know everything about the son of Hokage, and that this information is a secret? No. Well, that's it, but pick, he was followed, yes. I saw them drinking in a bar. When he was beaten, but, believe me, Itachi, I know more about him than all of you. From where? You know that half of what was said is a lie, right? Yes, and I'm like this, will you not leave me alone until you get to the truth? Yes, Itachi, what's alive, what's dead? Naruto, you like to dig up the truth. Uchiha already wanted to turn on the Sharingan, but she was stopped by a mercenary. Itachi, do you think your eyes are capable of defeating me? You know some of the people I killed were Uchiha and their eyes were not saved, I understand you want to know where Naruto is now? Yes. Itachi replied, okay, I'll tell you where he is. But let these two get off too. Naruto pointed at the tree. Obito and Shisui were sitting there. Tell me. Uchiha shouted. You have no patience. Good. Naruto now. Naruto thought that telling the truth would be bad, lying would be the same. And what the fuck should I do? So think. What can I say? That I'm alive and just hiding? No, I'll get such cradles that there is an I'd. It won't do. I'll kill them then. You're also, the situation is not pleasant. I'll have to tell the truth, no. I'm a genius. Naruto thought, he really didn't want everyone to know about him. Naruto now. Forgot. I'm sorry, but I need to see someone, Naruto opened the portal and disappeared. Go ahead, and now. Tagato, thought Uzumaki. The mercenary went to the bandit. Finding his Naruto mansion, he slowly began to kill the guards, killing all the floors and reaching Gato's office. Naruto burst in there with his feet. Stalker? What have you forgotten here? Gato shouted. At the request of people, I came, of course, on a mission, and to kill Zab, I did not guess. Naruto took out a katana and chopped off the head of the dealer. Then the guy pulled out a gun and shot into the safe. Having punched a hole in it, Naruto broke. Naruto has the power from himself plus Bloodsucker plus Pseudo-Giant, the remains of the door of the safe, then took all the contents. By this time it was already morning. Naruto teleported to the training area of the teams. "What are we doing?" Uzumaki asked. "Practice walking on a tree," Sakura said. "Stalker, do you know how to walk on water and trees?" Itachi asked. "I can, how?" "You don't have a chakra, do you?" Shursui shouted. Naruto silently walked to the lake and stood on the water. 2. Secret. Naruto can walk on water due to water-related anomalies. On trees, thanks to special spikes on shoes. Stop. You still haven't told me where Naruto is now. Obito shouted. The Uchiha have activated Sharingans. No, no, no. He asked not to give out his location. You're lying. Fucking Sharingan. And what to do? If I tell you where I am, I'm fucked, they'll run after me. Both there and there the outcome is the same. We need to think, and what if he doesn't want to see you? Silence. The Uchiha didn't know what to say. They felt that there was both a lie and the truth. The silence continued for another 5 minutes. He doesn't want to. But why? Itachi asked, almost crying. Well, I don't know. Maybe he just doesn't want you to drag him to Konoha, but this is his house. Obito shouted. Yeah, it's a nice house that Naruto jumped into the gorge. Everyone was silent. There is. They'll leave me alone for a while. Although then to me. Okay, about that later, thought the happy mercenary. Well, the bridge is almost completed. Tomorrow we go to the village. Tried to please everyone. Naruto. Everyone remained silent. Then Sasuke came up to Naruto. Let's move away. Stalker went after Uchiha. And so, Stalker. Tell me, where is Naruto? Yes. Why do you need this? It doesn't matter. Just say it and that's it. Let me think. What if I say no? Uchiha in the place of words activated Sharingan and put kunai to the throat of the mercenary. Yes, what kind of day is today? Now another one has got to the bottom of it. BL at #B, and what should I do with it? Naruto thought. Are you going to talk? Tell me first why you need Uzumaki. If it is understood with other teachers, then with you, no, dash. If you answer honestly, I will tell you where he is, dash. Will you be silent? I need it, and why? That's another question. Now, answer mine. Well, he lives in a cave. Where exactly? Give me the full answer and find out where he lives. If you don't, I'll talk about everything in parts. Agreed? Sasuke was silent for a long time. She pondered her decision. Okay. I like him. Uchiha blushed. Oh, so you haven't forgotten about him? Uchiha are monogamous. So of course I didn't forget. Sasuke blushed all the time, and now answer where is he? Well, okay. He lives in a cave. This cave-in is located where the cliff ends, the river leads you there. But remember, he is rarely at home, and as soon as you enter the cave, go to the end and knock on the stones 3 times. But make sure you're alone or he won't let you in. Uzumaki replied. Yes, and then others will follow me and eventually they will cover me. Well, I'm P at #A, but it will be fun, thought Naruto. The youngest of the Uchiha lowered the kunai. And when is he at home? Asked a logical question to Sasuke. If he doesn't have missions, time skip 2 days. Now everyone is in the canoe. After passing the gate, everyone went to the residence Hokage's office. Hello, Hokage-sama. Mission accomplished, the team said. The second part of the money. Was all the mercenary said. Here. Minato held out a stack of money. Buy. The Stalker disappeared into the portal. The bot was voiced by Anirab. After the mission, the next day, Sasuke went to the cliff. Approaching the Nim and looking at the river, she went in its direction. Walking like this for 30 minutes, Uchiha reached the cave and the forest. Entering the cave, Sasuke went deeper. When she reached the wall, she knocked 3 times and began to wait. Someone's voice was heard from behind the stones. Sasuke wanted to be Kunai's son-in-law or something like that, but then the cave opened. In front of her was a guy about 11 to 13 years old. Yellow hair, blue eyes, strange clothes in the form of a jacket and jeans. The guy looked at Sasuke very tired, but after a second he spoke to, "And who comes so early, Naruto?" "Well, yes, and what?" Sasuke started to cry. She knocked Naruto to the floor. "Calm down, everything is fine." Naruto stroked Sasuke's back. The girl cried for another 5 minutes. Then she calmed down. "Let's go have some tea," Uzumaki suggested. "D come on." As soon as the girl came in, the passage closed. The guys went to the kitchen, where Sasuke made tea, and Naruto got vodka. "Naruto, yes. Does the Stalker drink this drink?" "Yes." "And what? Just where did you get it? There's no point in lying." "Yeah." Naruto got up from the table, took Uchiha by the hand and led her to the wardrobe. When Sasuke got there, she saw the suit the mercenary was wearing when he was protecting them. Then I looked in the other direction and saw the same weapon, then the documents. Then she turned to Uzumaki. "Tru a stalker?" "Yes." After Naruto got a bream. "And you couldn't tell right away?" Uchiha shouted. "No, you know I'm a mercenary. And if everyone knows who I am, then the hunt will begin, for relatives, friends, acquaintances. And I don't need it, and you couldn't tell the sisters?" "No, they would have started visiting me, and the Hokage would have noticed it and, well, you understand." The company went to the kitchen to finish their tea. So the whole day passed. And now it's time for Sasuke to leave. "Sasuke, this is for you." Naruto will give Uchiha a box. "What's here?" "Teleport." "Well, an artifact. I told you about it. And I understand. And when are you usually at home?" "In different ways, but one thing I know for sure. On Saturday and Sunday I am at the base. You are always welcome here." "Thank you." Sasuke kissed Naruto goodbye on the lips, after which she ran all red. Konoha, the home of the head of the Uchiha clan. There was silence in the house. Everyone was waiting for Sasuke. The sister said that she was not at training and that she was talking to a stalker, and now the youngest of the sisters runs into the house. She is completely red and is holding some kind of box in her hands. "Sister/Sasuke, where have you been? And why are you all red?" Everyone asked. "No, did you really like someone?" Mikoto asked with a smile. "Well, Mom." Sasuke shouted, blushing. "Tell me why you're all red." Fugaku said. "Well, I kissed the one I like." Then the younger of the sisters ran away. The older sisters were sitting in shock, because they knew who she liked. He got up from the table and followed Sasuke. When they reached her room, they entered it. "Sasuke, I sent Itachi to my sister." "What? Don't you like Naruto?" Shursui asked. "I like, and how did you kiss him?" "The Stalker told me." "And where is he?" "Naruto will be only in a week." "Oh, can you take us and Obito with you?" "Yes, thank you." The sisters hugged Sasuke. And the next day we flew to Obito. Time skip week. Right now the Uchiha are on the run, and with them Naruto. Sasuke, what is Naruto doing here? Obito asked. It's just that someone doesn't know how to keep his mouth shut. Namikaze said, looking at Sasuke. I see. Well, are we going? Itachi asked. Sasuke took out the artifact and concentrated. After 1 minute, everyone was in front of a large wall. The younger Uchiha approached the stones and knocked 3 times. While the others were about to say something, a voice was heard behind the wall. The voice was getting closer, and eventually reached the stones. Sasuke. Why did you transfer them too? There was a shout from behind the rocks. Well, they asked for it themselves, that's why I told you where I live. Okay. The stone wall was divided into 2. A yellow-haired man stood in front of the girls. He looked at everyone with a tired look. While everyone was in prostration, Sasuke spoke. Have you been on a mission? Yeah. Just got back now. Can we go to the house? But then the other girls jumped on the guy with tears. After the girls climbed with Naruto, they went to drink tea. Naruto took out his favorite drink as usual. Sasuke, wondering where he got it from, calmly drank tea, and the other girls were confused. Naruto, where did you get this drink from? Shisui turned to the guy. There's no point in lying, well, let's go. Naruto got up from the table and went to the wardrobe. The girls did not understand where he went. Having gone blonde. They went into the room where the clothes were. There they saw the Stalker costume covered in blood and weapons. Naruto. Are you a mercenary? Uchiha shouted. Yes, I'm telling you, I just returned from a mission. Here Naruto received a couple of blows to the skull and 1 blow to the cheek from his sister. I didn't expect any other reaction. It looks like all Uchiha are the same. From my sister deservedly. Naruto grinned, but deep down he was glad that he had met his friends. While the girls were indignant, Uzumaki went to finish his drink. Are you coming? Will you get lost here? Who will find you here? Offended BL at #B. Well, what should I do? #at #S Uchiha with their pride. Naruto capets how angry. After thinking a little more, he had an idea. Naruto came over and kissed each one. Now, instead of proud girls, there were red ones, as if they didn't know who their childhood friends were. Shall we go now? The girls nodded silently. Sitting at the table, everyone asked Naruto about his life. Uzumaki spoke only the truth, because Sharingan showed a lie and now the evening has become cheaper. It's time for the girls to leave. Take it. Naruto gave everyone a box, and his sister another one. Tell this to your brother, let him come in tomorrow. Okay, that is it the same here as Sasuke's? Obito asked. Yes, just don't come in tomorrow, otherwise it will be suspicious, but tell Menma to definitely come in, preferably after breakfast. I see. And you are at home only on Saturday and Sunday? Itachi asked. Yes, until that time I am on missions. Then the girls ran up and kissed Uzumaki. And the reds disappeared. So tomorrow I'll talk to my brother again and that's it. Oh, that's not the day of that adventure. Naruto smiled, looking at the exit where the Uchiha were standing a couple of seconds ago. Namikaze Naruto's house came into the house with 2 boxes. And she hid them behind her back. Hi, Mom, Dad. Hi, where have you been? Kushina asked. A friend, and what is his name? Where does he live? Kushina, please calm down. But I'm interested, and where is my brother now? Naruto chimed in. He's in the room now. Naruto thanked her parents and ran to her brother. Entering the room and slamming the door so hard that the room almost cracked, Naruto shouted, "Brother, a." Menma fell off his chair. "Why are you scaring me so much? I almost died." "This is for you from Naruto." The last girl spoke softly. "But he is." Menma thought that his sister was lying and wanted to start an argument, but, "Now I'll explain everything. After 2 hours of convincing, so I need to go to him tomorrow." "Yes. Only after breakfast, and don't forget to knock on the stones 3 times. "Yes, I'm not a fool, I won't forget." "Yes, and who forgot that guests will come to us?" Naruto asked with a smile. "Well, what was required to prove? I still have cases to cross, no." So not much time passed, and then the morning of the next day came. Menma had breakfast and sent the clone to the landfill. There the clone started training. Namikaze himself retired and used the artifact. "And where am I?" "So it looks like a cave." "What did the sister say?" "And just knock on the stones 3 times. So let's try it out." Menma started knocking, then moved away from the wall. "Yes, nonsense. I cheated and now I don't know where." "Yes, The guy wanted to break through the wall with a Rasengan, but a voice was heard from behind the wall. Then the hero himself appeared. Menma clearly wasn't expecting it, but he was glad. "What got up? Come with me." Naruto immediately took him to the wardrobe, which then did not get up from his seat. "That is, you are a stalker?" The guy's eyes were shining. "Yes. Only to no one." "Good, and now? I want to discuss a serious topic with you. Let's go through." Uzumaki's voice was cruel and cold. He led him into the kitchen, then they sat down at the table. There was a mountain silence. Menma decided to start a conversation. "So what's the point? Why are you so serious?" Namikaze started sweating, he was very nervous. Menma, the above-named one, began to listen, afraid to interrupt his brother. "You know what you are? Jinchuriki?" "No. That's what I thought. Jinchuriki are those in whom Biju are sealed. There's a 9-tailed fox demon inside you." Yes, but why didn't anyone tell me?" The guy started crying. "Look at this." Naruto put a piece of paper on the table. Menma read what was written. He couldn't believe his eyes. "This, an order. It says that no one should know or spread information about it. That's why you're the hero of the village, the genius of Konoha. And I was just a pair, but YRO. Think about it. If they tell you, you will become a Nestabilan, the fox will break out and destroy the village, and so they will just fix it with your help. You are the weapon." No, and no. I understand it to accept. If you don't believe me, I'll arrange a meeting with him. But. Good. If you're coming with me. How are you? Everything is going better than I thought. Naruto smiled inwardly. And so you're ready? I'll just knock you out and get into your subconscious myself. I'm ready. Naruto hit Menma and he blacked out. Uzumaki took the body and carried it to the rest room. So it remains to get into the subconscious. Naruto took out an artifact similar to a black crystal. And he held Jinchuriki over his head. Then he himself fell to the floor. Naruto ended up in the sewer. And so, Naruto just started thinking. Menma's cry rang out. I understand, I thought, and ran to Jinchuriki. When he reached the big room, the guy saw a cage and a huge furry miracle. And who else is this? Kyubi was angry. Flee, shut up, how dare you? I am the great nine-tailed demon fox Q, shut up. Brother, I told you there was a flea in you, and you didn't believe it. Well, how does it feel from the lies of the parents? Menma just stood there with tears streaming from his eyes. He's a demon. The demon that destroyed Kanahu. Oh, hair to roar, let's go for a vodka drink now, dash. The fox stood stupidly, not understanding, his jailer roars, and his brother mocks him. What do you want here? Kyubi asked. To prove to my brother that he is a Jinchuriki, dash, dash, stop hanging your nose. Brother, calm down, imagine what opportunities are opening up before you. The fox has lived for a long time and probably knows a lot about technology, and besides, you can make friends with him, dash, I don't, shut up. You see, it's roaring now, and if you add a few more words, consider the world flood. Everyone stood in silence. Nobody said anything. I think I'll leave. Naruto came out of his subconscious, leaving Kyubi and Menma alone. It's time to rest. With this thought, the mercenary went to the bed and lay down. After 3 hours Menma got up, he had a very bad headache. How are you? My head hurts, it will pass. Well, how did you get to know Kyubi? A nod. Well, now, let's go have some tea, come on. So they sat until the evening after his Menma disappeared. Tomorrow on a mission. It's time to go to bed. Still, you need to drink in moderation. Tired as a dog, Naruto hobbled to bed and fell asleep. Today is Saturday, 6 o'clock in the morning, a day off. Naruto slept like a log, because he came home at 3, and went to bed at 5. The mission was very long. An hour later, namely at 7 a.m., there was a knock on the door. Somehow awakened Naruto opened the door. Naruto and Sasuke were in front. Hello, listen, Naruto, we have an exam for Chunin soon, will you come to the qualifying round? Sasuke asked Sai. Sure. Hurrah. And now? Zivak. Can I sleep? Uzumaki said in a tired voice. Can we stay here? Well, Patsuo Lusta. Naruto looked at her brother with puppy eyes. Okay, Zivak. Just don't get in the way. The girls nodded. Naruto hobbled to the bed and passed out. An hour later, 2 beasts lay down next to him. So they slept until 1 o'clock in the afternoon. As soon as Naruto woke up, he saw the picture. Sasuke is lying on the floor next to him, throwing his arm and leg over the guy. Naruto was lying right on top of the guy. For it #at this morning. Naruto started waking up the girls. After sleepy words and, well, another 5 minutes. The guys went to drink tea. And where are the others? Well, we should have a training session, but... Then what are you doing here? Well... We wanted... Naruto slammed on the table, let's go to training. And no buts. The guy took out an artifact of a strange shape, it looks like pearls, but because of the radiation of a huge amount of light, it is not visible. It has a bright white color. The guys were transported to the field where the others were standing. N. Stalker, what are you doing here? Itachi asked. Dash, lost, that's all, dash, the pause was short-lived. Naruto disappeared. What, with at #N for the day? P at #EC is happening. So okay, soon the exams will need to go to C. So a few days passed. So, today is the qualifying stage. So it's time to get ready. Naruto equipped himself and disappeared. Arena. On behalf of Naruto, if I like it, I will do it more often. So this is that Orin? So it remains to find the girls. A couple of seconds later I saw the genins. Well, let's see. The fighting has begun, and Suna has prepared a good weapon. This Gaara is ready to kill everyone and everything for the sake of his mother. The end of the fighting. Ha, what weaklings. That it's 2 strikes with the chakra and that's it. Nobodies. How are they even called shinobi? So the next test is in a month. Let's see what they start with. The end of the narration on behalf of Naruto. 1 day has passed since the end of the qualifying stage. Naruto and Menma's team were going to train and so. Today we will pull up in physics. May will take care of this. Everyone looked back. Naruto was standing behind everyone. What are you doing here? Mato Guy shouted. The last meeting of Guy and the Stalker did not have a positive effect on the first one. The commander shouting about the power of youth was afraid of the guy, even though he does not have a chakra. After all, what kind of person can defeat him with 4 gates? Nobody, but a Stalker. Well, that's why he is 3 in the list of Binogo's books. Oh, what people. Guy, why aren't we attacking? Where is your power of youth? I hope you at least remember my name. Mocked Guy. Naruto, remind? No, Stalker is not necessary. That's good. And so from this day on, I am your sensei in physical training. After Naruto pointed to Team 7, Naruto and the mentors. And why are we? Shursui asked. Naruto approached the girl after saying some words that no one heard, but after that Shursui was redder than a tomato. But Naruto did not have time to finish. No buts. After Uzumaki took out one of the many artifacts and moved them to the Hokage. Hello, Hokage-sama. I want to take them for training. You have 1 day to think. After that, the guy disappeared. Then the students told what had happened. You can be free. Hi. We need to call a council. Thought Minato, Leaf Village, residence, Hokage office. Now the dispute of the heads of clans was burning in this place, but the parents of the children who want to take them also moved. The council lasted from 18 to 23:59. And here is the minute and on the clock midnight. After there is a flash and a gunsmith appears. Many people give Naruto this nickname, because of the number of weapons. And so. Well, what did you choose? My daughter, Haruno's mother, screamed. Shut up, your pink-haired is not going anywhere. She hid behind the Menma when I appeared, that's why she was hooked. Shikaku wanted to ask a question. Answer my question. Silence, tension. Well? My daughters and Obito will go, Fugaku said firmly. Great. What about you? The guy's head slowly turned to the non-parents. Can only one child go? Kushina asked. Yes, then it will go. Naruto. Minato replied. And me? Asked Menma. Are you training with Uncle Jiraiya? Menma turned red. Naruto felt sympathy for his brother, but let the parents decide for themselves. Tomorrow at 8 o'clock at the gate. Don't be late. Naruto's attitude to the family. He treats his parents a little better, since Konoha gives him good assignments with decent pay, so he talks to Minato often. And during all the meetings and assignments, they became like friends. He sees Kushina very rarely, mostly when she is in the Hokage's office. Communication with her is a little harder, all the time asking about life or relationships with her children. It's much better with Menma, since they see each other much more often. Naruto helps a little with the control of the nine-tailed well and with physical training. It's better with Naruto, except that Namikaze follows him all the time while Naruto is in Konoha. Naruto's attitude towards Uchiha with Fugaku and Mikoto on a short leg. They meet very often, as Sasuke and Naruto bring Naruto to visit. With the older Uchiha very well, for obvious reasons. This was a technical digression that should have been in the penultimate chapter for the concept of Naruto's relationship and interaction with others, and now to the chapter. It's 7:50 in the morning, and Uchiha and Namikaze were standing near the gate. In 10 minutes, the daughters of Fugaku and Obito and Naruto will be picked up by Stalker. Everyone was mentoring the girls, talking and betraying something. Flash. Naruto appears. How are you ready? Yes. After saying goodbye and wishes for the road, the guys disappeared. And they appeared near the base. Training will begin now. Are you ready? Yes. To start, run those 10 laps. 1 lap equals 3 kilometers, then 75 sit-ups, 75 press-ups, 25 push-ups, for you. Naruto pointed at Naruto and Sasuke. And for you, 100 sit-ups, 100 press-ups, 50 push-ups. And so on 3 approaches, a break of 10 minutes after the girls somehow stood on their feet. Well done. Now I'll tell you 2 news. The first one increases the load by 25 every 2 days. What's the second one then? Naruto asked in a dying voice. You'll find out now. Then the girls disappeared and appeared at one of the most expensive and best restaurants. The girls were in shock, and Naruto silently went inside. Hello, Stalker. Do you like it as usual? Yes, but somnolent friends today. Then the girls came in. I see. Take a seat at any available table. Naruto took the girls to his favorite table, and then the menu was brought. In general, the evening was a success, because after returning to the base, the girls slept on Uzumaki like the dead and probably had their 10th dream. But Naruto, as soon as he fell asleep, found himself in a strange place. A place where there is nothing around except the platform where he stands. There were some kind of joints around, from which there was a force, from where howls and screams were heard. Naruto, even with his coolness, was scared. After inspecting the joints from afar. The guy looked back. There was a throne behind him. On the throne sat a guy with a mask without a face. There was a green man standing nearby. It was only after a couple of seconds that Naruto realized that the green man was awareness. The guy wanted to run up to the teacher, but the guy on the throne spoke. Is that him? Awareness nodded. HM. And so Uzumaki Naruto, as a student of awareness, you are honored to enter this place and receive legal force, WH. I know you have a lot of questions. But let's get down to business. Soon your world will plunge into chaos. One of the ancient deities created by the combination of 2 realities will destroy your world. This event happened to the world of your teachers. That's why I'm giving you the power to fight this thing. But before that, I will answer 3 of your questions. How much is this power given? Forever. I saw another person with the same problem, but there was a war. And then I have to call you again to take the power? And even more so for me it means nothing. There are 2 questions left. Where am I? This is the junction of all universes and multiverse. From here you can get anywhere. You see those white stripes, you can say portals. There is 1 question left. Who are you? I am the one who can create, destroy, take away and give power. But I prefer not to meddle in the affairs of the universes unnecessarily. If you're talking about the name, then you don't need it. Got it? Great. After the guy clicked and Naruto disappeared. Well, let's see what you're capable of, Naruto Uzumaki. Teacher, are you sure he can handle it? Awareness asked. We'll see. Naruto woke up in a sweat. The girls were still asleep, and the guy was wondering if it was a dream. Then the girls woke up. While the girls were washing, Naruto decided to check if it was a dream. And how to activate the force? And what does she look like? Naruto asked himself. Then the girls went to practice. And the guy went to the underground landfill. And how to do it? Stop. Or maybe he gave me something. Naruto started fumbling in his pockets. Cartridges, grenades, binoculars, map, pass, artifacts. Here. Naruto took out a black ball from his pocket. How to use it? What the? The ball began to dissolve and be absorbed by the body. After the procedure, the guy felt a feeling as if he was filled with a huge force. With it #A. I forgot about the girls. Naruto appeared where the guys were doing. Well? We made one approach, well done. Go on. So a month passed, during which time the girls realized that the person they loved could at least protect someone, but he would still drive in training. Naruto has a different story. He has learned to let rays out of his hands, and his power and endurance have also increased. All the senses have improved. The body also seemed to have grown in size, the chakra did not appear. And so girls, today you will find yourself at home. Hurrah! Let's go. The guys appeared in the Hokage's office. It's over, thanks for the preparation. Not really. Then the guy disappeared. Don't forget the exam tomorrow, on Chunin. Hi. After that, the guys went home. Today there will be an exam for Chunin while Kage's people and others were gathering on Orin. Naruto was sitting at the base. And so we have some kind of ray, the best of the body and the best of the actions of artifacts. Uzumaki reasoned. But it can't be that only this is needed to defeat that creature. Where's the catch? Naruto looked at his watch. Time. Exam. The mercenary jumped out of bed, quickly threw on his clothes and disappeared. Arena. Now all the participants were standing on the Orin. Neji vs Naruto. The examiner announced the genins went to the arena. Let's get started, on behalf of Naruto. So you need to place yourself so that people don't start making noise. The roof, exactly. I sat on the roof of the Kage Lodge. So let's see, the fights were like in the canon. Nothing interesting. *#A. What is this #at #me? A rift appeared in the arena, about 100 people came out with gas masks on their faces. The armament was strange. Each person in the combat zone had an assault abakan with a sight. People in closed combat zones have SVD. The soldiers in armor suits, not only that everyone has a thunderstorm, but also a bunch of grenades. Then people in exoskeletons, each with a light machine gun. But one was different, this soldier had a Gauss cannon. We need to save Sasuke. Naruto appeared in front of the aliens. Are you the person the great monolith was talking about? The man with the Gauss gun asked. Naruto silently began to take Sasuke away from the soldiers. Stalker, right? The soldier continued. Naruto nodded silently. The great monolith told us to help you. After these words, the boxes were pulled out of the rift. We will hold a Borna, in another world, you must prepare for battle. Then the commander of the army ordered the soldiers to return and hold the defense against the creature. Naruto stood in a huya in shock, as well as many. Naruto quickly touched the boxes and disappeared in a white flash. At the base. BL at #B, this is Piz #@C. How does this shit work? For an hour Uzumaki had been puzzling over the artifact in the form of a skull. Naruto farted power into it, dropped it, put it on, nothing helped. Finally, the skull caught fire and rose into the air. Finally. After that, the skull will fit into the armor at full speed. And what was that? After that, the exoskeleton shone. And in place of the sleeves, metal ties with bone whips appeared. Uzumaki didn't get in touch for 2 whole days. He sat up all night and sorted out the artifacts. He improved something, what he received, where the power given to him was needed. Finally. There are only 3 artifacts left. Naruto took out one of the 3. And poured power into him. Light poured out of the artifact, after which, the artifact merged into the mercenaries' weapons, namely, a Gauss cannon, a pistol and a knife. Let's say what's next. The same thing happened with the next artifact, only this time it all turned into armor. The last artifact turned out to be the same ball that gave him power. The sphere immediately merged into Naruto. It's finally over. You can also sleep. Naruto lay down and fell asleep. After one day, Naruto woke up from a knock on the door. The mercenaries' girlfriends were standing there. Naruto, where have you been for 3 days? The girls shouted. Naruto did not lie and said everything as it is. That creature will come to us? Obito asked it. Yes, and what should we do? Shursui asked herself. I'll try to kill this thing, but I can't promise anything. You will have to evacuate the residence. Good, Naruto felt himself being hugged. Don't die there. Naruto and Sasuke said, good. After that, the girls left, and Uzumaki began practicing his powers, on the run. An hour later. Shield, ray, sword, grenade, whip, sphere. Is that all? Naruto asked himself. Uzumaki sighed heavily. Okay, and this will go. Naruto went to check the weapons. It will take a few more years before House enters this world. After all, there are Akatsuki who want to make eternal Tsukiyomi, but in the end this world will lead to terrible consequences. Several years have passed. The struggle with Akatsuki led to the Fourth World Shinobi War. The fights went much faster because of the number of guys with good instincts. There were fewer victims, but the problems of the two teachers were much more, and now the fight is in full swing. Madara already wanted to absorb the 10th tail, but everything did not go according to plan. Looking up, everyone saw a huge white crack that appeared right in the sky. After a couple of minutes, a terrible roar was heard from there. Then the tentacles came out, starting to form the body. Shinobi tried to use techniques, but everything is even, so this is it, is the only thought that Naruto had on his mind. The guy started shooting and sometimes even managed to pierce the tentacles. But the body has formed. It was a huge creature with many eyes and tentacles. The body was somewhat similar to a pillar that could smoothly or abruptly dodge attacks, but also had great mobility. The lower part of the monster spread out on the ground. Several pairs of tentacles and small eyes came out from there. The monster's mouth did not appear immediately, only when he saw people. The crown of the creature opened up, several parts. It looked like a 5 and final star with a huge mouth in the middle. Then the essence of the roar, so much so that even the rocks were scattered, and people even more so. Compared to all those present, this creature was 3 heads taller than the 10-tailed one who was standing on his feet. After that, additional tentacles emerged from the liquid, spread on the ground. In the monster, you could see body parts sticking out from everywhere. And the scariest thing is that they were still moving. Sometimes they call for help, but no. They were part of it, one with him. And they want me to win it? He's bigger than a fucking tailed one. So also creepy. Naruto was chilled to the bone with fear. One of the shinobi threw a fireball at the essence. But she didn't react like that. A second later, the tentacle grabbed the poor guy and dragged him to his mouth. The guy tried to use something against the creature, but the chakra seemed to have disappeared. Then more tentacles popped out of the mouth and began to fly the guy, and then they dragged him inside. Screams came from his mouth. People were in a state of effect and did not understand anything. Then many shinobi started running in terror. Naruto didn't understand what was going on at first, but then he saw that the dissolved body of the shinobi had crawled out of the entity's body. His appearance was so terrible that many people were sick. Instead of a face, there was minced meat. Exposed parts of the body were visible, bones were visible there. The eye was falling out and leaking out a little. A small part of the tendon and muscle was coming in on the arm. It was clear from the remains of the guy that he was asking for help. But the monster pulled the guy back into himself. That's what, but Naruto also saw body parts of people torn by grenades. But this, and by the standards of mercenaries, it was creepy. Ten-Tail was terrified. That froze everyone. The very first, ancient and strongest Biju is afraid. This realization made it worse. Many began to retreat, not wanting to die like that, because it's one thing when you died quickly, and another to suffer the same way as that guy. Kage, and even Madara and Zetsu, were scared to death, not like ordinary shinobi. And how to bang it? What is this all about? The guy took a Gauss gun and started slamming on the tentacles, letting the shinobi escape. Point 10, tailed through a Bijadama. Madara sent clones with Susanoo to the essence, but it didn't help, this creature punched them like soda cans. Hashirama created a thousand-handed truth, Gaara sent sand, Itachi Amaterasu, Naruto Rasen Shuriken, Sasuke Kirin, Kushina chains, in general, who could and did what. But the essence didn't care, it tried to grab Sasuke, but got a ray of energy. The tentacle fell off from the attack, but a new one immediately grew. Naruto tried to charge into the creature's body, but did not get the proper effect. The guy tried to create anomalies, but the monster only received minor damage. Naruto teleported to those who were covering the retreating. "How are you?" Sasuke asked. "It's fine. I'll teleport you far away from here, I'll stay to cover for you myself." It's not up for discussion, while the ten-tailed one was trying to do something to the creature and he was doing well. Naruto teleported everyone to a decent distance. And then he disappeared. Good luck. The guy appeared on Biju's head and started throwing grenades, covering Biju in turn. Although Biju wanted to kill all living things, but not now. It became harder to fight, the creature began to spread like an infection. And more tentacles tried to kill Naruto. Grenades caused the earth and therefore the process slowed down a bit. People retreated to a decent distance. The only problem was that sooner or later the entity would get to everyone if it wasn't stopped. The retreating ones thought about how to stop the creature, but nothing came to mind. Nobody knew what to do. On the battlefield, a fierce battle continued, where the monster had the advantage. Naruto even threw grenades into the creature's mouth, but apart from a second of disorienting the monster, he didn't get anything. Jubi wasn't getting much success either, and the monster was spreading and spreading. Naruto had already just blown up the whole field around, tens of meters deep, so that the creature would slow down, and it helped. The shield of energy, the beam, and all the other attacks were more effective than shooting. The Bijadamas were also effective. But still the monster grew. Energy charges, even when they got inside the monster, caused good and strong damage to the essence, but death is the word that bypasses it. The huge regeneration allowed the creature to heal wounds, and not die. There was a dodge, an explosion. And again. The smell of rotten flesh, the sight of huge swamps or lakes of the creature's blood, the frozen earth with eyes and tentacles. From this I wanted to die simply, because it was not possible to tolerate it. The fight was very long. The battle never ended. There was no need to wait for help either. No shinobi could do damage to the monster. The guy was exhausted, as was the tailed one. I can't lose, thoughts were filled only with this. Naruto jumped and teleported to the Biju bomb and disappeared with it. Then the guy was in the creature's mind. Starting to pour energy into Babma and he fought off the tongues. He made his way to the very bottom of the creature, he saw many thousands of tongues protecting something similar to the heart. As soon as he got down, all the tongues flew at him. But Naruto poured all his energy into the Bijadama. He exploded along with the creature. Such an explosion was visible, even from space. The brightness was off the scale. I'm not talking about the shock wave at all. And the radius. I can say that the crater reached a depth of about 3 kilometers, and in length it is enough that in Kanahu and in all countries they felt a shock wave of such power that they fell off their feet, and their houses almost fell apart. The explosion lasted about 3 minutes. Deidara would appreciate it. And then all those who were in the camp rushed there. When they came running, they saw it was terrible. A huge hole where nothing is visible. Kage and the girls went down there, but Naruto wasn't there. From Naruto. The guy found himself in a strange place. There were white rifts around, and when he turned around, he saw consciousness and the guy on the throne. Bravo! Bravo! Naruto, you came up with such a brilliant idea. Pour power into the Bijadama. Bravo! The guy on the throne clapped. Am I dead? For everyone, yes. But now you are with us. After the guy ran his hand over the terrain. And why am I here, and you wanted to die from an explosion and leave your girlfriends? The guy asked maliciously, no. Well. Can I come back? Uzumaki asked. You saved the universe, of course you can. But why didn't you save her yourself? The guy asked himself. Good luck to you, Naruto Uzumaki. The guy disappeared into the bright light. A rift appeared above the curator. People began to droop, because even though Sasuke and Naruto with the power of the sage's children, no one can defeat another creature. But to the surprise of everyone, a guy with a stalker gun came out of there. And narrative that? Sasuke asked in tears. Well, who else? The girls hugged the guy, knocking the ladder to the ground. After the resurrected were sealed back. Naruto nailed Zetsu, because the war started because of him. After the war, Menma became Hokage and married Hinata, Sasuke became the head of the Konoha police, Naruto Shisui and Itachi became the commander and Nambu. Obito began to train teams. And Naruto, that Naruto. His life is sugar. He married beautiful girls, Itachi, Shisui, Obito, Sasuke, and Naruto. He had already earned enough for himself, and he often went out on assignments to help his wives. End.